So please welcome them to our show, Banyah. Let's see if we can get the audio connecting to audio. Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
how you getting on?
I'm great. How are you guys keeping?
Yeah,
Pretty
we're
good,
good.
yeah,
One
really good.
second, just rearrange.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your. It's all these little parameters that we need to uphold, isn't it, to make a perfect live stream.
I know, that's it.
Aishling, great to see you again. It's been so many years.
Yeah, it's ages, man. It's
Oh,
absolutely ages.
it's crazy. And Paul, nice to meet you for the very
Good
first
to see
time.
ya.
It's
You
great.
were saying she played a little gig with you there once a few years ago.
Back in the
Yeah.
day.
What
Back
what
in the day.
what pub was that in? Was that like?
I don't know. We were up in Glasnevin, wasn't it?
Okay, how random. Yeah, how
So
random. It's
random.
crazy. Yeah, and I was on the Cajon,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God, it's
Good
crazy
fun.
looking back. And isn't it crazy the way we get to catch up through technology? And
Yeah.
like I get to catch up with you now, and we get to reminisce about something that happened so many years ago. And then I just get to meet
Yeah.
somebody. I get to meet your brother
Yeah.
while we're at it. Isn't that absolutely?
It's hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, it's
So far,
insane.
it's crazy.
It's just crazy, but you guys seem pretty positive. You guys have a it's a new project, right? It's only started last year. Was it as a duo?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And how did
Yeah,
it
so some,
how did it come about? You got somebody in the room. Invite them in. Tell them to come in.
No, just my girlfriend. She's saying to talk into the mic or something.
Okay, no, you're
oh
good.
yeah, do you want us to turn, because we have a mic set up here
Hmm.
and we can turn up the gain on it as well.
Give it a shot. It sounds good for me, but maybe I don't know how
Just a
the
little
listeners
tickle.
at home.
Just a little tickle.
Okay,
Nice.
Ailsha's saying turn up your sound somehow.
Okay.
Alright, is it coming to
It
this
probably,
one?
yeah,
Okay.
it's probably better now, yeah.
Perfect, alright.
You know
Make it
what?
full
I
screen and then we're away.
I can give you guys more volume here as well. Actually, come to think
Oh,
of it,
nice one,
so.
nice one.
Magic.
Yeah, it sucks because I have to do all this myself. Like I've got two screens. I've got like no, I've got the phone
You're
screen. I've got
juggling
doing
everything.
all this stuff. I need like one of those Shiva arms, like just a few of those
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
Lots
and,
of custom
and
art.
what have you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why not? How did the because you guys were solo artists as well. I know you guys played a few gigs as well. Before Banya too, obviously, together. But how did the duo kind of come together? How did that start out? It's really interesting to
Well,
hear that.
yeah, like I was doing a lot of my own stuff for a good while, like since I kind of left college. But then so Paul started kind of joining me on stage for a good bit, and it just kind of, yeah, I don't know, the duo came about because we wanted to make pop music. So
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
just,
like we have our own paths that we also want to accomplish certain things with ourselves with our solo career.
Mm.
But I think like definitely different backgrounds. Like I come from far more electronica, ambient kind of stuff, and
Hmm.
maybe a bit little tickle of like hip hop and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
Ashton would come from more of like
singer songwriter.
pop punk kind of.
Yeah, yeah, like what I listen to is mainly
Yeah,
like
like
pop punk.
so I think we everyone loves pop. Pop
Mm.
is popular music. So like we both have definitely a passion for that. So we were like, why don't we just, like, we've been playing together for so many years. Why don't we
Mm.
just turn
Did
it
it,
into
yeah,
something and make something of it? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Yeah, amazing,
that's how it
amazing.
came about.
Yeah, because like it's because he's our brother and sister, right? So it's easier to kind of get you to practice together and get stuff done. Do you think, or is it kind of challenging in that way?
Yeah, like we definitely we have to motivate each other at certain times for sure.
Yeah, like it's definitely good in that way that we do have each other,
Mm,
to push the other one. But yeah, I think the fact that we are together, sometimes it's hard to differentiate what's like work
What's
and
work?
what's
Yeah,
just every day. You know what I mean?
mm,
So we have to like specify this is when we're doing things. This it doesn't just, well, sometimes it does just sporadically happen that we find ourselves in the studio and we're like, hey, like this, whatever.
yeah,
mm,
But yeah, no, sometimes we just need to be like, okay, like this week we're just gonna like do this. And
yeah,
we've been doing that a lot because we've been collaborating with our mum for the last
yeah. Like we've been on
few
stage with
years.
our mum
Yeah.
for like the last 5 to 8 years,
mm.
basically. So
That's
just between the
amazing.
two of us. So like, we always like, there was always music around, and I think almost the fact that we have the studio in the house is probably not even as good because like you feel like you're like, oh, I should go to the studio. But
Mm.
Yeah,
it's
Because it's
because
there.
it's
Yeah,
right
you
in the
can
house.
definitely use
So,
the studio for pleasure and for like work. So
yeah.
it's, yeah, it's sometimes differentiating that is kind of like,
it's tough, yeah.
And who gets
But
the? How do you manage the studio time if you want to do your own project? Who gets the studio? Is there a schedule, or is there a day that you
um,
Yous pick?
It doesn't tend to kind of clash too much.
We just sorted out like we tried to have like a really organized system of having like this giant like A2 calendar on the wall. Like
That never works out, right?
we all had our colors. Like Aishling was red, I was green. Like my mum was a certain color when she wanted to go and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it kind of just after a few weeks crumbled.
That's amazing. Do you, because you all play between your mom and yourself, Aishling, and yourself, Paul. You all kind of dip into very different genres. Is that right to say? Quite different, and then you meet in the middle somewhere, right? You kind of found your own sort of musical flavor, and
very, very much so. Like I think, like as you said, obviously, mom like comes from like Celtic folk and trad and stuff, and then so we've been playing that all our lives. But then me growing up, I would have listened to like mainly like metal and pop punk and whatever and stuff like that. And then Paul very much coming from like a electronic like bonobo ambient style.
Bit of anything though. If music is good,
yeah,
you can't deny it's good. Like that's the thing. I would listen to a lot of what Aishling listens to as well because I hear it in the house and I'm like.
And vice versa,
I like that. I dig that.
Yeah.
So.
Amazing. Like, so there's no confinement within any genres really. You just have that open sort of mind to music, which is awesome. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of many musicians, right? You're kind of able to just collaborate, I guess, with that regard, right?
I think as more as time goes on as well, as we have more releases that are coming, we're getting more comfortable in what we know each other likes and more of a sound that we were starting to sculpt. And how we go about the creative process rather than at the start it was kind of like we're gonna make together. And now it's kind of taking more shape every time we do it.
That's great, yeah, because your first single, Nothing Free, right? And like, how did that process come about to sort of, like, because it's the first song he's recorded, did you just have many sort of prototypes before that, before you went to decide on that one particularly, or was it just that one, it was just that and that's it, and how did that?
This is it, we had always talked about having a collaborative project, and we always just like, you hear what the other ones do in the studio, but Aishling just had this chord progression, she was like, nah, like, this is going to be the first single.
This is us.
Let's just go for it. And we just built it from there.
Because we both have like loads of ideas. I mean, the singles that were kind of like the newest one, and then like ones that are going to come, but after that, like ones that are coming out, well, hoping to release over the summer or whatever, they all kind of come from like ideas that like either myself or Paul had for maybe a long time, and we're just like they've just been sitting there and not being used. So it's like we just then work on it together, and it's kind of happened naturally that way.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited about the next few releases because it does feel like we have more of a sound and we're more comfortable
we're like developing
with what we're doing.
Amazing. So you have like a few songs already lined up that are kind of within that sort of genre. That's brilliant. Yeah. And how do you have are you getting like kind of excited about it, or how do you have the patience to sit on like loads of songs and go, oh, this one has to come out in 3 months, and then like it must be a bit.
Well, I mean, the thing is like with the way we have it set up with our distributors, is anyway when we deliver a track to them, like we still have to wait like a month and a half before they kind of, because they want to like give it a chance to like try get it on playlists and stuff like that, like all the tech, like admin and technical stuff. So like so we're like dying for it to come out. Once we like finish it and deliver it, we're like waiting desperately for it to come out. But
we're gonna be announcing the release date of our next single very soon.
Oh, brilliant! And so the music video of the last song is great. And how did that come about as well? Was it an Irish? Was it animated? I guess it was animated, right?
Yeah. So it's a friend of ours. A friend, like he was in my year, and he's just become a really close friend of ours and of the family over the last few years. And I didn't even know he did so much animation, but I knew we love his illustration.
He's amazing at illustrating design. Like he studied visual media in college. Like he's Ewan Murphy is his name.
Ewan Murphy.
And he's living over in Vancouver at the moment, but like we're so super close to them, and we just approached him and we were like,
can just do it now with the internet.
We're like, do you want to like put something for this, and I gave him some references, and it was just like really cool.
It's we love the end product and just the kind of wackiness.
Yeah, it's great. I was really intrigued when I saw that video. I don't know if I think I heard the tune first, and then I only saw the video maybe 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago.
We only released it on Thursday.
Yeah, it was a Thursday, So I saw that release, and then it's great. It's just really fun, and it suits kind of the vibe of the song, doesn't it? It really suits that kind of genre, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we thought it'd be a cool idea. Like, he's great at drawing stuff, and we just thought it'd be cool for it to draw
Yeah, I
us.
mean, we gave him the kind of like bio of what the song was about, the kind of backing about the whole like how it's like oneself having kind of a dialogue with their own head and how it can drive a bit crazy and all that. But then he took that and he did things like whacked the face around. And
Yeah,
had things
that
flying
was
in and out of
very
the ears.
unexpected, and it was
Yeah.
a delight to see things like that. It was just like, wow, that's great. Like Ashling's face just disappears, and it's a little smiley face with the.
Yeah, I love
And I was
that.
like, that's really cool. Yeah, I really like that. There's so many things I could ask you guys because you just have such an interesting life, musical life, and there's a lot of things I'm sure people are curious and would be curious to ask you. And the chat's going crazy here as well. Ember Brennan, Woo, go on Jarvis duo. Tim Jarvis, go on Banyah.
Hey, go on, Dad.
That's my dad.
Oh, that's your dad. How's it going, Tim?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, amazing.
And Evan Brennan's our cousin actually as well.
Oh, brilliant.
He's one of the Brennan
We got all the
clan,
fam tuning in. You.
Yeah, Ailsha, Davy, and Bredeen Campbell. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah,
Bredeen?
that's our auntie.
That's your auntie. Oh, the whole
They're all in
family's
it.
there.
They're all
That's
in
great.
on the act.
Hello, family. Amazing. There's so many things. I didn't know. Like you played Glastonbury as well, Aishling. You did a solo. Like how was that? Like what was that feeling like?
Well, it was part of like so we've done it now 4 times with.
You did it as well,
so-
Paul. Yeah. It was a.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
so we go over as a family, and like it would be like our summer holiday. We went over and like they gave us like a slot in the campsite behind the stage that we were playing at, and like and just like we did a gig with Mom one night, and that was like that was like our payment was we got to go to Glastonbury, so we did that like 4 summers.
Yeah, it kind of turned into our annual summer holiday, which was like such a treat. Like
That's
a
a
lot
nice
of people
holiday,
are going,
man.
camping in France or going to Spain, whatever.
We go to
We're just going to
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury with our family, so
That's phenomenal.
it's definitely such a treat. And then like just such a magical place, and like you can spend it. You could be there with your mates. You could be there literally with your family. You can bring kids there. Like it's
Yeah.
It's just,
so it's
so good.
it's a magical place. But
so good.
And you-
I did
yeah.
Aishling did a little solo slot there.
Yeah.
Just on the bandstand kind of opposite the stage that we were playing with Mom, there was like this bandstand, but like there's just so many little venues all over the place. Like it's a whole city.
Yeah.
Really like so like there's little cafes, there's music going on in, and then like aside from just the main stages, there's so much going on.
Would recommend for all.
Yeah. Oh no, I haven't been. But you guys were meant to go this year, I guess, as well. Was meant to happen, right? And then
we were talking
meant
about
to
maybe going,
Okay.
like because we're quite tight with the people that do the stage that we play on. So we were talking about maybe going, but yeah, I mean, we could kind of see it happening as things were progressing. We were actually out on tour when everything shut down with Planet, so it was like we could see everything was going to be shutting, and it was.
There's actually we were playing shows with Planet over in the UK, and they were sold out shows, and those the first 3 rows would just be completely empty, and the rest would be wearing masks, and it was
it was
quite surreal.
Getting a bit mad, yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird time, isn't it, for gigs right now?
Yeah.
I wonder what will happen. It's kind of like we take it day by day, right? You can't really plan too far ahead, and that's kind of what everybody's doing as an artist and things like that. I was watching through some of your past stuff, and I saw a beautiful performance of Thoughts. And that was with yourself, Paul, on cajon as well. I think you had the keyboard in front of you, and your mom was singing along with you. And can you tell me a little bit about that song? It's from one of your albums, right?
It is, yeah. It's my only album, the one I released in 2014, and
cool.
It was a song it's probably my favorite song on the album as well, and it was amazing that I was able to get like 2 really good friends of mine, Eve Bell and Megan Nickery, to sing on it too, and they wrote their own parts and everything. And I actually like brought up recording equipment to Donegal and set up in like my parents' bedroom and had them do their vocals. Like it was really natural the way the song kind of came together, and yeah, no, I really love it a lot.
Maybe a lot of Irish in there, which is
yeah,
nice.
and it's got a bit of Gaeilge in there as well, and
which is lovely, absolutely lovely. I don't know which venue I saw the live performance at, but it was just very mesmerizing, I have to say. And what's the, can you describe? You don't have to, it's okay. But the sort of how the name of the song and the theme of the song came about. Is there anything within that?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose like the parts that I sing are kind of I'd written before the girls came in or whatever, and it's obviously it's obviously a lot to do with love and relationships and breakups. I suppose a lot of my songs are breakup songs, but
many songs in general are breakup songs, right?
Yeah.
It's a popular theme among songs.
It's pop music, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Everyone feels it.
Yeah, and I think like there's also kind of an element of like uplifting feeling to thoughts as well. And actually, what Megan sings in Irish is quite like, it's quite a loving thing she's singing in Irish, like very like admiring. She's like admiring the person she's singing about, and it's quite lovely. But yeah, and like so the girls kind of just like took what I had written and then like kind of wrote their own parts, and it all just kind of, it really came together. And I was singing it a lot, like the past 2 years. It's been part of my mum's solo set. Like
I think that might have been where you've seen, like with my mum on stage, she's been singing it.
It's probably it's probably one of the some gig that we did.
Nice moment in the gig as well, I have to say.
Yeah, in the video it was lovely when seeing your mom watch you sing your part. And I was just kind of like, wow, that's amazing to be in a band with your family. Like it must be like, I don't know, indescribable, I guess.
Yeah, no, we love it. Yeah. I mean, we everyone always asks us like, what's it like playing with your family? But like, we actually love it. Like,
we do love it.
Yeah, like we have no complaints.
No complaints, no family feud. We actually,
amazing.
We are a happy little family.
Are you sure, Paul? Now I don't know. I was convinced there with that.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm the young one that gets all going my way.
Are you the youngest? Are you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
The two of us in the family, and Ashling's older.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then. Anyway, yeah, you're not the youngest of 5. That would be a little bit worse.
A little spoiled.
Yeah. No, all the spoiledness is gone after the 5th child. I hear. I don't know. The parents just don't have any more in them.
All
the spoilings are. Yeah, no, amazing. It's just fascinating. Like it's absolutely fascinating. Like to hear that and even reading up on you, because I didn't actually know that much about you, Aishling, until I read in and did a little bit of research about you. And it's just amazing, to how much. I mean, you guys must have collaborated with a lot of other musicians as well. Like, have you done a lot of collaborations?
I mean, we've worked with a lot of other musicians, usually tied in with mom stuff, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Aishling does a lot of trance vocalists, or she does a lot of trance vocals for obviously trance producers and DJs.
So that again kind of came about with like this guy Roger Shah, who is a fan of Moms and Planets and Family's music, and he did a couple of remixes of tracks from my album, and then from that I've managed to piggyback a bunch of like trance releases off
people,
the back of that.
People hear your voice. I think you got the voice.
People send me tracks, and
she got a new one in yesterday.
Yeah,
really?
got another one in. Yeah.
And it's all just long distance, sending a recording and sending it.
Yeah, because they know like I can record and produce my own vocals, so it's super handy. Like,
that's brilliant.
Put it together,
Yeah, amazing. Do you guys want to play a song by any chance?
Sure.
No pressure.
Sure.
I mean, you have the mic set up, I guess.
Yeah, we do. It's gonna be the first time we're gonna actually do an acoustic version of Stuck Under.
Yeah, we have an acoustic version in the single.
Brilliant.
So
Guys,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I'm loving.
I might take off the headphones for this one.
Oh, whatever you need. That's okay. I'm not going to say a single word, but I'm just absolutely delighted that this platform is being used as an exclusive for songs and things like that.
You should have a little button, world exclusive.
Yeah. Do you know what, man? This is where I get ideas. My guests give me ideas for things. So
I've
is
seen
brilliant.
a few Twitch streamers and they have things coming up like blown up on the screen and like.
Like subscribe now. And all these like flashy things. Like the Twitch is the future for music, possibly streaming. I don't know. We'll see.
Like, I've heard so many good things about Twitch for literally anything.
It's obviously big with the gamers, but I've actually been watching a few like musicians, like producers making songs on it, and they're explaining how they're made, what they're doing to each track and what they're doing to each sound and all.
Yeah, it's funny.
Interesting.
Yeah,
insight.
It is, exactly. And my piano player from the Bowie, my keys player from the Bowie band, he actually did his first live stream yesterday on Logic, and he just picked a genre, and he said, I'm just going to pick this patch or this sound, and he's just started making gypsy jazz, kind of gypsy style music, not gypsy jazz but gypsy music, and just live went through all the sort of the whole process and created a little piece. And I was like, this is great. People do that, and and Twitch is probably a good platform to do stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, serious entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is. It's so gripping. Like I find, like just watching people talk and doing like whatever craft they're doing is.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? From their house, you know, it's amazing. We can be the fly on the wall. It's maybe it's creepy, exactly. I don't know, but people let you do it.
If they're letting you in.
If they're letting you in, it's it's their problem. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you the floor. Right. A nice one.
Yeah, well, we'll do this. World exclusive. Yeah, you need to. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Spend enough time on this road. Why can't you just see what you're told? I can see a light, but you're standing in my way. You better be done with this soul. I've put enough on the line, sick of feeling this all of the time. Giving you enough of my soul. This is where I take control.
Awesome, guys. Fantastic. I'm sorry I didn't get the applause recording either. So you just hear me going, awesome, great, fantastic. Thank you so much for giving us the very first acoustic version of that song.
World exclusive.
I'm going to get the world exclusive button, I swear, just because you guys said it.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So your mom joined into the chat as well, Moya Brennan, hello.
Nice.
She says, they're the best, and it's brilliant touring with them.
I'm just glad my mum and dad are tuning into this and they're not glued to the only football match that's been on TV for the last 2 years.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Dad was looking forward to Borussia Dortmund. The Borussia Dortmund game.
Oh, bless.
But and thanks for tuning in, Dad.
That's it. He's gone now, I think. Now I don't know if he's.
Yeah.
But he just came to the world exclusive.
That's it. The world exclusive. Exactly. And like, have you guys done any live streams yet? Or is that something you are getting into?
We did like right at the start of quarantine. We did like a live DJ set just for the crack. We'll probably do another one in the next week or so. Like it's just easy to set up and
it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, like super.
And we just had like all sorts of like bass triggered LED lights all around the room and
oh, I seen I tuned in for a sec of that one, I think. I did see that. And I think you had the Banyah thing as well, didn't you? The little plug.
Our milk cartons,
it's great.
Our milk carton things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
But yeah, like I mean,
it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, like we don't really have enough songs to do like an actual gig.
Like playing gig.
Yeah. So. But yeah.
We played one gig actually back when the world actually worked. In October then in Cork Jazz Festival.
Yeah, we surprisingly played at Cork Jazz Festival.
And we were given much bigger slot than we thought we were, like a longer slot. And so we had to like kind of just like fill it with we had some Aishling Jarvis songs that like from her solo stuff, and we put like electronic stuff behind it, and we had two friends of ours, Leah Wright, amazing fiddle player, and Adam Curtis, amazing guitarist. And the two of them joined us and definitely beefed it out. But like we were there playing songs we played like 10 or 12 songs that we'd never played before.
Ever.
Oh, really?
Written like a month or two before just for this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And actually, Stuck Under came about from when we found like a backing track and we wrote lyrics.
Yeah, Paul had this like Stuck Under kind of sitting there as one of the ideas, like an idea for ages, and then I wrote lyrics for it like on like a week of the gig and just kind of threw it together.
Like it definitely sounds a lot different now.
Okay. But is that kind of generally the writing process you guys have? Well, that was kind of a pressured writing process, right? So there was pressure.
Yeah, we had never been in that scenario before.
How does it?
It was definitely a lot of pressure.
The studio computer actually crashed.
Oh my goodness!
No way.
Yeah, our studio computer crashed the week before the gig, and it was a graphics card, and we had to find like any people that are watching that are like computer specialists, like look away now because
that's me actually. I'll mute myself.
we found so we looked up those 6 big lines going through the computer screen, and we were like, "What's this?" Found out it was the graphics card.
And we found a couple of videos online that were like you can bake your graphics card in the oven to resolder.
It was like at 90 degrees for 6 minutes.
Wow! And
it worked.
It worked.
We like ordered the right screws
to
get
way.
it back of the Mac.
Yeah. It
managed to
nuts.
take out.
We thought
my goodness.
We actually thought we were the best afterwards. We were like, this is the most technical thing we've ever done in our lives. Like,
and we use it like daily still.
Yeah,
and, like
nothing's
ever.
So that's great. Well, fair play to you. That's not embarrassing at all. I thought you did something great there. So there you go, guys. Anybody that isn't into computers, there's some fantastic A1 advice for you there.
There you go.
Amazing. No, that's crazy. So normally you'd write, like, how does it work then? Would you write lyrics? I guess it's different, right? It just goes with the flows, yeah. So like Aishling, you'd have lyrics maybe, and bring them to Paul, and vice versa. You have a beat or something. How does it?
Yeah, I mean the music usually comes first. I think for both of us actually, like just that's the way our brains have always worked. We always kind of come up with. So like even with writing lyrics, I'll come up with a melody before I even come up with words.
No, myself and Aishling are quite obsessed with like the production of songs.
Yeah, so like phrasing, even the phrasing of words is more important than the actual words themselves.
Yeah.
So I mean, it all at the end of the day, it all makes for what the song is made up of. You can't just rely on one part. So we do start off and like with production, and then Aishling would usually write lyrics and then bring them to me, or she might write them with me in the room. And she'd bounce them back and forth with me. But
yeah, we'd work out like in the end. We always like at the end of the songwriting process, like or even because we're kind of writing as we're producing it too. So it's like we all just like everything is kind of thrown into one big pot, and then we just kind of at the
Just
end,
stir it
the
out.
song comes out. So we're just like, so yeah, like we'd at the end of like the song coming together, we actually just like work on the whole thing at the same time and write lyrics, do the production together, and
yeah, I think the writing, the lyrics, the production, and the mixing literally come in, like one will jump in front of the other, like and then by the end you just did like we've
You're
already
kinda like,
pretty
oh,
much
it's
have the
finished.
song mixed, and then it's ready for mastering.
Yeah,
so like,
like,
I don't know
yeah.
somewhere, so like you're like, all right, so we need to finish this song. It's like, oh, it's finished.
It's done.
You blink and it's done.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
Interesting, actually. Yeah. So there isn't like a, so it's, yeah, because it's a natural kind of progression, right? It's not forced, and you guys already probably through writing so many songs already have sort of perfected your natural rhythm of creation, right? Is that kind of how it feels to you guys? It's like a rhythm of kind of creating
We've had
music.
so many years of writing and messing around, doing our own stuff and creating sounds and music. Even just sitting down at your instrument, your guitar, or your piano, and playing your chords, and you develop your style. So I think we've already developed what we know to be truly ours. So I think when we go to make music, it's quite natural what comes out of us, and we already like what we're making, because I guess we can feel our instruments, or like we usually start either on an electric guitar or on keyboards or with drums. Aisling's a good drummer now. Aishling.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's you, right? Like you're a drummer.
Was. I'm not a drummer now in quarantine anymore. I can't. It's too loud for my neighbors.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like we don't have a drum kit here. I wish we had a drum kit here. I always beg my parents. If my parents are still watching, I always beg my parents.
Your parents are still watching. Yeah, your dad said, "Gone." You're joking, as in like he's still here. He's not leaving. So fair play to you.
I always beg them for a drum kit.
So drum kit now for this Christmas.
They always were like, "No, you have to be the first one there to set up, and you're the last to leave."
It's true.
Taking them down, and it's just such a hassle. I was like, but I want to play drums.
I think we're old enough now that instead of getting a Christmas present from them, we should be buying them the good Christmas presents. So look, we'll just buy you a drum kit, Dad.
There you go.
We'll buy our parents.
Buy everyone. Everybody gets a drum kit.
There's one for everybody.
One for everyone in the audience. I'm gonna get that soundbite as well. Actually,
yeah. And there's one for everybody in the audience.
I'll get like the confetti and stuff like that in the room and the smoke machine.
Burner, Pat Kenny.
Yeah. I need a desk as well. I need one of those desks. But so many more upgrades. But that's awesome. That's great. How many? We could talk for so long, guys. How many instruments do you play? Like, Paul, how many instruments would you play? Like,
I think that's the first time I've ever performed with a guitar. But
Really?
I love playing guitar, but it would only be for like my own like I do. I usually play a lot of electric guitar in tracks that I'm in the studio, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't consider it to be like a primary instrument of mine. But I played bass in a punk band for the last like 2 or 3 years, which I actually just left because we were supposed to be going on a world tour, but now it's cancelled. So it's kind of like what. But no, yeah. So bass, piano, and I mean I haven't played it in a while, but trad fiddle.
Cool.
I should really pick it back up. Quarantine is the time.
There you go. Motivation.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
I like trad, because we come from a trad background. Like I play the Ellen pipes, and I haven't picked them up in years either. So
Maybe you should just like have like another side project, like if there's time for it.
We'll do a trad thing.
Or just incorporate just like the next, like after
stuff.
the next fall, just like trad samples and all these.
That's interesting. Maybe that could be the world exclusive again. You come back onto the show, we do that one. Do you guys want to play another song?
I mean, we can. We don't,
happily,
I'll play one of my songs, I suppose, because we don't.
Look, we're on here talking to you because we play music. We might as well play another song.
We'll play one of mine, and
awesome.
Yeah, we'll play Fragile.
We'll play Fragile.
Fragile.
Yeah. And I've been playing this with Aishling for
years. Like,
3 years, so I'm going to play the cajon.
Yeah, it's a song I wrote when I was like 16. All right. So yeah, this is Friday. Anyone that's listening at home, you're welcome to sing along. I know my parents know the song, so at least, and I know a bunch of my mates probably know this one too. So. Okay.
Beautiful. Ah, that's so much fun. I
a little cameo in there from our dog as well.
Elsa was running
Oh,
around
yeah,
there,
yeah.
that's kind of funny.
awesome.
Come say hi to the camera, Elsa.
Nah,
She's
settled
comfortable
in.
now. She's settled in.
She got a little shy there, did she? She saw the camera.
Yeah. She saw movement with the old moving about with the cajon, and she came and tried to intervene.
That's brilliant. That's so much fun to hear a bit of drums as well, a bit of cajon, because most of the live performances I've been hearing on the show, you wouldn't have a cajon player, so it's nice to hear that. It goes really nice actually through the
I hope
mic.
it came through all right.
It did, yeah. For me, it was actually perfect. I was really getting into that actually. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Fragile, right? So fragile and Aishling. So you have some tunes on Spotify as well under Aishling Jarvis, I believe.
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bunch of stuff, yeah. Because I mean, the main stuff that comes up now is all the trance stuff. So if you're into trance,
okay.
that's there.
Yeah, I'm into everything myself for sure.
Yeah, like it's a bit of crack. Like yeah.
That's great.
It's definitely fun.
And what about yourself, Paul? Do you have your own kind of solo stuff as well? Anything prior to this?
I'm actually just starting to launch my own solo stuff now. And it's I did have another name which I won't even mention. That I used to release stuff on SoundCloud, but Kipunji is what I'm going to be going under.
Kipunji.
So it's Kipunji.
Mm-hmm.
And he released a song a couple of weeks ago that he kept very quiet.
I wanna just because these are songs that I've had there, and I want to just build up a little bank of stuff to be there if I do release a single that I want to push. So if people go to my page and they just see one single and they're like, oh, well there's only one song. So I think just release a few things quietly and then make a big deal. So I think that's what I want to do.
That's an interesting way to doing it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was kind of the same with like maybe this show at the start. You know, I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to overplug it or anything like that. I just want to keep. Maybe my perspective is a little different though, because I'm doing something kind of new.
Same thing. Same thing though.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like not The Boy Who Cried Wolf, but it's like the first song, and it's like, here we go, this is it. And then like if it's not to people's liking, but maybe if you're like more feeling yourself as a presenter, maybe 3 or 4 in, and then you're like, okay, I'm
ready to share it.
Ready to
shine, whatever.
Sure.
That's awesome. Definitely. Guys, I could chat to you for ages. There's so many more questions I could ask you, and I'm super duper curious about you. I'd love to have you on again at some stage. It would be absolute pleasure. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Well, we'll get on to you when we have a new release date for the next single.
Please do.
I'll let you know anyway.
Yeah, we'll have a chat with you for sure.
Yeah, awesome. And any tracks or like any solo tracks as well, like Paul, when you're ready to kind of share your stuff as well, man, I'd be happy to play it, even just to play it, you know what I mean? And no, it'd be absolutely my pleasure. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our wonderful viewers, and probably half your family is watching as well? So is there anything you wanna say?
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're staying safe.
We don't have anything else.
And thank you very much so much for having us on. It's lovely to meet you.
My absolute pleasure, and pleasure to meet you, Paul, and pleasure to see you again, Aishling. It's amazing how we're doing this through technology.
It's mad. Like we haven't talked in about 10 years.
Well, now we've reconnected. Now we're going to be in touch more often, which is amazing. So
absolutely, for sure.
Amazing, guys. Okay, well, listen, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. It's the weekend, by the way, if anybody needs a reminder of what day of the week it is. And take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon.
Thank you very much.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So that was Banyah, Aishling, and Paul Jarvis. What a beautiful duo, and an absolute delight to catch up with Aishling and get to know Paul. So Banyah, Banya, milk, but it's phonetically spelt, and milk in Gaeilge, if anybody is watching from abroad. And they released their recent track with an amazing video as well called Stuck Under, and they have another single as well out as well from last year. Absolute delight to chat to them. So thanks so much for everybody for tuning in and